Good evening, Captains. Solisto here, and welcome to the Black Fleet. Huh? What do you guys think? You like the new name, the new intro? Well, hopefully you do, and hopefully you'll be interested in the huge channel announcement I have later in the video. Before that, though, on to the star of today's show, Her Majesty's bully, the Edinburgh. Now, full disclosure, I had spliced together a few videos to make a Meet the Edinburgh video for you guys, and before I started recording the audio, this game happened. I think you guys are going to enjoy this instead. We're in a domination battle on shards, and we're in a division with my friends in Jean Bart and the Bismarck. We got the middle spawn, and right before the game started, I told my division mates that I have decided that I'm going to cap B. Let's see how that goes. Now, they beat us into B. Well, that's okay. We are in B, and we're contesting the cap, so that's fine. It was probably that Yudachi. Oh, and probably that Wichita. We got the Hydro running, because we want to make sure we spot any torpedoes that are coming in, going through to our friends. And we want to make sure we can keep these guys spotted on the other side of the island, which is really important because we're going to get some support fire from our division mates. I think you can see the Bismarck secondaries flying in there, and brown pants moment, it's a sin-up. Now, the Edinburgh, thankfully, is one of the Tier 7 cruisers that has 30 millimeters of bow plating, which means the guns on that sin-up, if he's firing armor piercing, it's ricochet o'clock. Now, Yudachi comes around, so we're definitely not going around this corner. We want to make sure we're bow tanking these guys properly. Got the Yudachi going back again, so we're going to try and give him a few more shots. Always important to kill the destroyers if you can, especially doubly so when I have my friends in the battleships behind me, and that Yudachi is a huge danger too. So we're going to creep around the corner just a little bit, making sure to keep angled, take a big HE hit from that Wichita. It was like 4,500 damage. Give him a bunch in return, and at the same time, my division mate in the Jean Bart absolutely obliterates him. He's gone, that's good, so we're going to concentrate on the Synop. And something to remember here, guys, with the Edinburgh's short fuse armor piercing, and only having armor piercing, if you can and a battleship's giving you broadside like that, if he's not too close, the bow is a great place to hit him. Torpedoes going by, Yudachi's come around the island, got to make sure we keep backing up. He's going to come by. We have short fuse AP. Just look at this guy's health. That was just the back guns, guys. 4 penetrations. There goes probably a third to a quarter of his health. He gets stuck on the rocks. That eliminates him from the match. 2 and down in the middle. We're going to kind of scrape against this island, make sure we don't get hit by the Yudachi's torpedoes. We're going to around this island. The Synop is going to take 2 torpedoes here from, I guess, a friendly destroyer possibly. Help him out. And then we're going to put 2 front guns into him. There he goes. That's our second kill of the game. Got 30,000 damage going, and now we are in a very interesting position. C and A have both fallen to the enemy, and they have pushed in. We have completely decimated the middle of the enemy, so they're 3 ships down. Now, if we stayed here, it would probably be suicide. So what we're going to do is we're going to close range to the Bismarck, and if you notice, the Edinburgh has a little consumable down there, the smoke screen. Now, smoke screen's great, or if you want to, you could have a radar. Normally I have radar, but I figured I'd play a few games with the smoke, see how that played out. Basically, she turns into a Fiji. So we're going to slowly bow, and you'll notice the Bismarck's been firing AP at us and has done basically nothing. So we're going to try and get the back guns into action. We're not spotted, firing into a superstructure. We're going to put out a pretty fair amount of damage here against an angled Bismarck, still only able to fire AP. You hit the superstructure anywhere between 2,000 and 5,000 per hit. That's really good. Now, he's running away because he's 9 kilometers from a very angry smokescreen with a lot of short fuse armor piercing coming out of it, and it's pretty much just taking little slivers of his damage each time. If you don't hit him in the superstructure, as you'll notice right there, it will just ricochet, ricochet, ricochet. We finally cap B, we're just chilling in our smoke screen, and we're having a grand old time pretending like we're a Fiji. And that's basically what we are. Yeah, we're just a Fiji sitting here, looking at what we're shooting at, and we are tunnel visioning like it's going out of style. If you don't know what tunnel visioning is, it is when you're so focused on what you're shooting at, you're not looking at the mini-map. And if I'd have been looking at the mini-map, I'd have noticed this about 10 seconds ago. There's a Benson slowly approaching my smoke screen. Now, I'd have realized it eventually if I'd have gotten spotted while I was firing, because there was nothing else that could have seen me. But we're just going to give them the front guns, then the back guns. Just massive amounts of damage to destroyers from this short fuse armor piercing, guys. I cannot emphasize enough how important it is to shoot at the destroyers, because you will wreck them. I mean, every hit is a penetrating hit for almost 1,000 damage. Maybe 500 to 1,000, depending on what perks you have. So what we're going to have to do now is we're going to have to approach A down here. We're going to run from C. Because we can only fight so many enemies at one time. Fortunately, because of the way they're positioned, we can angle against all the enemies in the match, because they're basically all exact opposite sides of us. We're going to put some shots into this Bismarck, and we're going to look over at the Iowa, see he has an island, and ooh, he's pretty close. A lot closer than the Bismarck, so we're going to go give him the good news, shall we? But what we're actually going to do while we're on the way to get the Iowa is I'm going to show my commander build up here since we have some time. We got Bruce Frazier with Yamamoto and Scott Inspirations. This might change. I'm not sure with the changes that are coming up in 2 days, if you're listening to this the day it's released, with the new skill changes. So we'll see what happens, but for right now, it's fully packed. So, well, back to the action. We're approaching this Iowa. We got spotted by a plane there, so we've lost the element of surprise, so we got to assume he's going to be waiting there. Do you think he knows that it's in Edinburgh and that it has 30 millimeters of bow plating? I don't know. Well, he probably had AP loaded, because that's what battleships do. So, well, he knew we were coming, got the guns around. We're going to fire some shots at him. In come his secondaries. He has me lined up. Here comes the AP, and what was that, 1,100 damage from a full broadside Iowa at 3 kilometers? Yeah, that's what she does. She's a giant bully. So we're going to start to fire at the bow of this Iowa, see if we can't maybe get some citadels. Who knows? It's not the American AP, so probably not. So we're going to just put some shots into his side. You'll notice we haven't had a lot of over-penetrations at all this game, which is huge advantage of the short fuse armor piercing. So it's an American battleship. We're going to try to hit the upper belt or the superstructure. Just plugging away with the front guns. 4,700 damage there. If they all hit, that's almost 5,000 damage. Just every, 6 seconds or so, I think, is my reload. It's crazy. So this Iowa can now do nothing about it. He's just going to run. And the dangerous thing is, we have 3 torpedoes per side that hit for quite a lot of damage. So we're going to charge him. He's just stopped firing at us. Look at him. He's firing at someone else because he can't hurt us with his AP, and he just refuses to change ammo types. So we'll swing around, give him the good news from the torpedoes, continue our turn back to the Bismarck, because just as we're turning around, she's crossing around that island. We saw some shots come in before, so we're going to start battle tanking her. Cool kids don't look at explosions, right? Alright, maybe we want to look at the explosion. Why isn't that Iowa dead yet? There he is. Okay, he's dead. That's the sting in the tail. That's why battleships that let you get that close, nothing they can do. You also notice this is the 3rd time we've had a gun disabled. All 3 times, you can go back and check this, it was the rear gun being disabled by a shot coming over the front. That's probably happening because people know that they got to shoot for the superstructure of the Edinburgh if they have AP loaded, which he usually does. We both go unspotted, so now the hunt is on. While we're waiting for past me to hunt down the Bismarck, time for present me to make that huge announcement I mentioned earlier. We're going to have a grand reopening of sorts for the channel. It's going to be on September the 13th. That's 2 weeks and a day from now, if you're watching this video on the day it was released. We're going to have a 6-hour-long, maybe more, live stream, and rumor has it that a few community contributors will be stopping by to help us celebrate. That's all I can say about that for now. But even more news, if you're watching this video the day it's released, tomorrow at noon Eastern, I will be attempting to live stream for a bit just to work out any kinks before we have the grand reopening. So, anyway, that's it for now. Stay tuned for more announcements in future videos, and they will be increasing a little bit in frequency as Past Me found the Bismarck, and we're going to start opening up. You'll notice that this Bismarck has decided, you know what? I don't think I want to get close to this Edinburgh, and that's really smart. Because you saw what we did to the Iowa. The Bismarck's he's got to run away. He doesn't have torpedoes to defend himself, and if he doesn't switch to HE, which, for the life of me, I cannot understand why he doesn't. Battleship players, if you find yourself at 5 kilometers to an Edinburgh, or a Baltimore, or a Hipper, or an Alaska, anything that is going to start ricocheting your AP rounds at that close, just load HE. You're going to end up doing more damage. You're going to start causing fires. You're going to knock out modules. And, I mean, the best thing that's going to happen with your AP at this range is you're going to maybe take out a gun. But, so what? I've got 3 torpedoes for when I eventually catch you, because I'm fairly certain that the Edinburgh is faster than every Tier 7 battleship in the game, possibly the exception of the Jean Bart, while she's using her speed boost. But we turned sideways to try and get the torpedo kill like we did against the Iowa, and our Kraken is denied by our division mate in the Jean Bart. Thank you, sir. Actually, no, not the Jean Bart, the Bismarck. So, anyway, the rest of this battle is just me running around waiting for my other members of the team to kill that last remaining destroyer. So let's jump ahead to the results screen. Turns out the enemy Akatsuki escaped, but that's not a problem. 2,917 base experience, 7 of our team's 8 kills in the division, 1, 2, 3 on the team, as you do, 119,345 damage dealt, 4 kills, Dreadnought, high caliber, and most importantly, the W. Well, that's that, I suppose. I genuinely hope you enjoyed our time together today. If you liked the video, hit the thumbs up. If you didn't like it, hit the thumbs down. And if you'd like to let me know what you want to see on the channel going forward, leave a comment in the comments section. If you like the video so much that you want to see more, hit that subscribe button and never miss a video. We'd love to have you in the fleet. Until next time, fair winds and following seas.